Alright, today I'm going to show you how to replace the lower ball joint on a eurovan. This is a 2001 in particular. Very simple setup, nothing too crazy or anything, so it's not rocket science. You need some basic tools for this. Jacking up points. I jack this up from the frame right there, so I use the main subframe. There might be like a little splash shield. I don't know. This one's missing. And then you can use the jack stand right here too. So yeah, so we can go ahead and lift up our jack. We'll put it up right there. The more closer you have it, the better it is. So all right, so jack stand or jack, and then we have our jack stand right there. And then right here is our lower ball joint right there. We're gonna have pretty much 3 bolts to take off. All right, so now we gotta go ahead and take off the lug nuts. But before we get to the lug nuts, some of you guys might have them, some of you might not. You're gonna need a pick because these are lug nut covers. So you get these and just pull these guys right back. Then our lug nuts are gonna be 19 millimeter. We're gonna go ahead and take those off. All right, so we're gonna take off these 2 bolts right here. As you can see, we have one right here and then one right there. Now you're gonna need a triple square star. So you can get these from your auto parts store. The part number for this one's 70070. Now these guys do come in assortment set. Since you're gonna be having a Volkswagen, I would recommend to have these guys. If you're going to be working on this a lot, you are going to be needing these sockets. Now when you're taking these guys off, I would recommend using a hand one, and this is a 14 millimeter triple square. So we're going to use hand tools to take them off, just to break them loose, and then the rest we can use the impact gun. So next, we're gonna go ahead and take off this 24 millimeter bolt. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get a pry bar. Let me see if I can show this piece. So right there, we're gonna pry in between the spindle and the ball joint. We just need to break it free. So once we get it free, we're pretty much all said and done. We can just pump it out all the way. So, okay, so we're free from that. And then now we're gonna go ahead and pop out the ball joint. So since we don't care about the ball joint, you're gonna be using a pickle fork. Part number is 27020. You can get this from your local auto parts store. So we're going to go ahead and put this right here, just like that. And then on the other end, we're going to go ahead and hammer it right here. And then we're going to keep hammering it until this pops right out. So I'd recommend to use like at least a 3-pound hammer or something. Alright, so now once you get a hollow sound, just like that, so we got that sucker out. So now, all we gotta do is just pry this right back up. So, we gotta get a nice pry bar. Alright, so I'm gonna use a jack. If you have to, you can just lower your jack on the other jack stand. So we're just gonna put our jack right here, and what we're doing is that we're releasing some of the pressure so that we can just get out the ball joint, sneak it right out. Just be careful with your hands. Let me lift it up just a tad bit more. All right, perfect. All right, so we got out our ball joint. So all you need to do is just lift this guy right up. And now, as you can see, this one's pretty shot, besides me with the pickle fork. But it has up and down play. So yeah. All right, so we're ready to put in our ball joint. Now you can put this in two ways, but basically one side is actually going to be more kind of angled. See how right there's more, you have more of a half circle, and then right here your circle is a little bit more shorter. Well, the one with the bigger circle is actually going to be going inside the spindle, and the one with the small is actually going to be on the outside. So it'll just be just like that. It'll fit in perfect. Again, you can put this in both ways, but I mean, no, I think it's actually just only one way. Make sure before I speak up too soon. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you can only put it in one way, so I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. But just in case if you're having a hard time installing it, that should be the only way that you should install it. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy right in here first. I think I'm going to clean this up with the wire brush so I get easier for install. Alright, so that fits in way better. So, alright, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and slide this guy right in. We'll put our nut just in case. Then we're going to slowly lower our jack so we can guide this right in. I'll just do it while it's lowered all the way. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and push up the rotor like right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring it in. Alright. Now, if need to, you can use your pry bar or something just to spin it back in place. We just need this to sit. And then the bolts that you're gonna get, make sure you put on the washer. Or unless if you don't get any bolts, then you're gonna go ahead and reuse your washer. The ones that I have are 19 millimeters. So one of them I was able to get a thread started. So if you're able to get one thread started, it'll make your life so much easier. So we're going to go ahead and just tighten these bolts down just a tad bit. Now some of yours might come with a cotter pin with the castle nut. Mine only came with the nylon lock washer. So obviously once you just tighten the bolt, that is it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and put on the wheel. I'm going to clean up my area. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and tighten down the wheel. Now, one thing I would recommend for this is that snug in the wheel, make sure you get it centered, is that you would go and start off with the bottom bolt first and then work your way to the top bolt, and then make sure that the wheel is centered with the rotor, and then you would tighten in a star pattern. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so after you're done doing the ball joint, you are going to need an alignment right after this, obviously, because you're going to be adjusting you're going to be putting in new parts, and it's going to kind of mess with the alignment. But needless to say, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions on this job, comment down below, and then hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.